Okay, good evening once again, and welcome to Kaiso Talk. Yes, indeed. And as we told you earlier this evening, we're hosting the Kaiso Bards. Yes, indeed. They're getting ready to face the judges. Also the Northwest Brigade, the Kaiso Kingdom, and the Kaiso Classic Tent. This weekend is going to be a lot of Kaiso action. So the guys putting on their A game, getting ready to face the judges. Of course, following that, we know which Calypsonians will be moving on to the next round of competition, the semi-final, and that's happening on July 27th at Progress Park. It's a pleasure to have you all with us this evening, so we welcome our viewers on GBN Television, our friends on our Facebook page and YouTube channel, and also our listeners on K105 FM. Let's welcome the guys. Val, good evening, man. How are you doing?
Good evening, Godfrey, and good evening to GBN 711 FM. Good evening to Grenada, Cairo, Piti Martinique. Also to all the listeners of the Windward Isles where this program is being heard. You know, once again, I'm privileged to be here to host another session of Kaiso Talk. Yes.
Okay, so Val, hold it there. We seem to be having an issue. Your audio is not coming through. I'm not sure why that is the case. Let me just make sure and see what's happening here. Give me a test again.
Hi, good evening again.
No,
Maxima.
Something is wrong. Finley, let me hear your audio. Something seems to be wrong here.
103.1.
Nah, something ain't right. Something ain't right. So let me tell you what. Let's just take a very quick break. Let me get that rectified, and we coming back to you guys in just a moment. So stay with us. Don't go anywhere. All right. I hope everything is in order. Val, are you?
Better?
No. Something is not right. I need to get my technical people to come across and see what's happening. So we gotta go back to that break again and get this thing sorted out. So stay with us, folks. We'll be back with you in just a moment. We need to get this rectified. I'm not sure why the audio is not coming through, but we need to have it rectified. So, T-Man, can you just go to a quick break so we can have this sorted out, and then we'll be back in just a second.
Broadcasting from the top of Observatory Road, St. George's, Grenada. This is Classic FM 105.5 and 105.9. Classic FM, the radio station the decision makers connect to. This is Classic 105.5 and 105.9. Classic FM.
Hey everyone, here is an invitation to join me this and every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. on GBN Television 711 K105 FM, our Facebook page and YouTube channel for Kaiso Talk. Meet the Kaisonians, hear their stories, feel the vibes. Kaiso Talk, Wednesdays 8:30 p.m. Compliments the Grenville Credit Union.
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union introduces its new digital platform, managing your finances at any time from anywhere.
As a part-time student, balancing work and studies can be a real challenge. But with GCCU's digital app, these worries are no more. My parents can now remotely transfer funds to my account and I can check my balance at any time, giving me the freedom to achieve my goals.
My days can be long and tedious. With this app, I can ensure my loan is paid on time, transfer funds to someone else's account, and check my balances. I don't have to rush to do business during my lunch hour or after work anymore.
With this app, I can request checks to pay my suppliers, letters for my business transactions. I don't have to leave my farm to go stand in line.
The Grenville Credit Union digital platform. It's convenient and secure banking right at your fingertips. Download the app today from the Play Store or App Store or call. The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union introduces its new digital platform, managing your finances at any time from anywhere.
As a part-time student, balancing work and studies can be a real challenge. But with GCCU's digital app, these worries are no more. My parents can now remotely transfer funds to my account and I can check my balance at any time, giving me the freedom to achieve my goals.
My days can be long and tedious. With this app, I can ensure my loan is paid on time, transfer funds to someone else's account, and check my balances. I don't have to rush to do business during my lunch hour or after work anymore.
With this app, I can request checks to pay my suppliers, letters for my business transactions. I don't have to leave my farm to go stand in line.
The Grenville Credit Union digital platform. It's convenient and secure banking right at your fingertips. Download the app today from the Play Store or App Store or call 442-8602, 459-4325 or 416-8467 for further information.
Distributed by Echo Blue Limited. Visit us on the Lansopine Main Road or call 405-4818.
August 13th is all about Kesley Band for the ultimate cool down party. It's all about Carnival Encore. You thought we missed it, and now we can't miss it.
Miss Oceanette, girl, I'm coming home, I want to see you again. All day through the night, I'm dreaming. Yeah, Miss Oceanette, way you turn it up, make it smooth, my darling. When outside is pouring rain.
Are you longing to taste authentic, flavorful dishes from Thailand? Then look no further. Konthai, the newest restaurant located at the back of Galleria Mall top floor, is the place to satisfy your taste buds for Thai dishes that are well seasoned with fresh local spices. They offer a great selection of sumptuous dishes that will tantalize your taste buds. Visit Konthai today because the food is good, the ambiance is great, and the staff friendly. Available on Carabites and Yogo Grenada. For more information, call 456-0074 or visit konthaigrenada.com or stop by the new Galleria Mall, Grand Anse St. George. I'll meet you there.
The new Grenville Credit Union debit card has made online shopping easier than ever. Quick, secure, and hassle-free. Just tap, pay, and shop with confidence. Get yours today.
Okay, welcome back, everyone. We do apologize for that, but that's one of the little disadvantages of doing programs like that virtually. It happens. It works most times, but we do apologize for that. So let's bring the guys back on. Val, are you back with us?
Yes, I am.
All right, lovely. Now, right. So as the folks say, we're cooking with gas. We're cooking with gas. Yes, indeed.
So let me say my welcome. So welcome again to GBN 711 FM. Welcome to folks in Grenada, Carriacou, Petit Martinique. Also to all the listeners up the Windward Isle where this program is being heard. And I am always privileged to be here to be co-host to another Talk Kaiso episode.
Yes, indeed. It's always a pleasure, to have you here with us. Well, as I said earlier, we're hosting the Kaiso Badge tonight. Finley Jeffrey is with us, and we should be joined by Big J, Jason Joseph, and hopefully a little later on, if it's possible, we might be joined by the CEO of the Cultural Foundation. So, Finley, are you with us? Are you back with us? Yeah, I have a feeling. All right, so he's coming up.
I never left.
I thought you went and write. You known for going and leaving thing and going and write a 2 verse in a Kaiso, So
no. I go and get some nourishment.
You're going to get some much needed nourishment. All right. Well, Finley, welcome to Kaiso Talk. It's good to have you. I always refer to you as the keeper of the flame. Jump high, jump low. You're there. You ain't giving up. So we well, of course, the thing has started. We've gone through a number of stages. You've launched your tent, Kaiso Badge and fireworks. From in my opinion, it went down very well. We'd always like to get a spillover of people coming in where your venue full, and then you couldn't hold some, so you had to have a next one. But nevertheless, we did. Let's talk about the season, how things are going, and we take it from there.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Godfrey, and Val. Good night to
good night.
Kaiso Talk. So far, things have been going pretty all right. Nothing out of the ordinary, really. As you hinted and you alluded to, we kicked off, we launched, then we had another show after. And the truth is that some of the audience we look for, a big audience, as you say, but this does not really, it's not a true measure, in my view, and in our view, and in the tent management view, of the success of what we do, because a lot of what we do is strategic, really, because we understand what happens with Grenada and the 10th season and so on. Very truncated, very abbreviated, and most tents, some tents only have one show, which is judging night, which is not good at all for Calypsonians. And so we try as much as possible to ensure that the Calypsonians in our tent, at least they sing to an audience a couple times before facing the judges, so that they can hone the craft and so on and so forth. So this is what we have attempted to do. We have a cast of 27 Calypsonians. So as usual, we're breaking it up, and we will be judging 12 Calypsonians on Saturday at the Lux, and the others on Monday. And you may wonder, why is it that it's so lopsided, 12 and then 15? Because the truth is that we have a number of guests appearances on the Saturday.
Right.
But the guest appearances are actually Calypsonians who will be facing the judges on Monday.
Lovely.
But some way, somehow, these people were late in coming. So you have people like Muscles and Unlucky, Messenger.
Right.
These came in late. So they did not get their fair share of singing for the audience. So we are giving them that opportunity before they face the judges as well. So that's why we have it lopsided like that, 15-12, going into the judging night.
Right. So Saturday what? The Bards will be facing the judges and fireworks on Monday, or the other way around?
Well, the truth is that, Godfrey, we have been discussing, and I am seriously contemplating, we are seriously contemplating changing the name of the tent.
Right, okay.
Because fireworks somehow has not caught on. Right? So that's the first thing. Fireworks has not caught on. Secondly, and I will be speaking about that in a bit, but because of the long history of bards, successful history of bards, all Calypsonians want to be associated with bards.
With bards, yeah.
So nobody wants to judge on the night when we said fireworks judging. Man, don't want that. Randy was the first man to come and tell me, don't put him in fireworks judging, you don't have time for that.
Right.
You don't know what they call it. So. Bards, because Bards is more the household name.
Indeed.
So this year what we plan to do, and probably going forward, I take out that so it's Kaiso Bards on Saturday, Kaiso Bards 2.0 on Monday.
Listen, I could give you a better name. I could give you a better name. Kaiso Bards and the rest.
And the truth is that what we do is that we make a healthy blend.
Nice.
So there's no rest. There's no rest. So for example, on Monday night, Big J will be judging, for example, leading the cast on Monday night.
Right.
And if you ask me, on Monday night, because of the sheer numbers, 15 as opposed to 12, you get a better diet of Calypsos on Monday night.
Right.
Squeezy will be judging on Monday night. So you have a lot of a lot of big name guys will be judging actually on Monday night.
On Monday night, okay. And same deluxe, right? The deluxe cinema. Well, of course, the home.
Both in deluxe.
Right.
Both in deluxe.
Okay.
And it's simply because of the sheer numbers. It's impossible for a panel of judges to judge 27 Calypsonians, 54 songs.
One night. No. Yeah. This is that is yeah. Indeed. Well, that's very interesting, and of course we're looking forward. I mean, I can tell you folks that the Kaisos, I mean, I've been following a lot of the Calypsos, and we've gotten a lot more compared to last year. At this time, a lot more Calypsos for airplay than I would say last year and a couple of years before. And the Kaisos this year, let me tell you, they're hot as fire. They hot as fire. So I am anticipating a really, really exciting, judging night, or the judging nights. Yeah, I think it's going to be great. And I do believe the judges are going to have a very, very, very hard task ahead of them in selecting the Calypsonians moving on to the semi-finals. So we're looking forward to that. So Val, you could jump in here and I've got a question to ask. I will deal with him. I will deal with him after.
The true at the monarch.
Yes,
the monarch of all monarchs. So, Scholar, I see you have. Well, I don't want to call it an A and a B team, but tell me how you went about, let's say, selecting the Monday and the other days. You know, you have 27, so you divided them. How you went about making that selection? You pull a hat, you throw names in it, you just pull what was the process?
So the first thing, as I said, the 12 versus 15, and if you notice, there is no 13 as of 13-14, which songs has the better division. But it is like that because, as I was alluding to, we want to give everybody a taste of singing the song for the audience before they hit the judges. So if everybody had done that, then we would have had a different distribution in mind. But because we have that in mind, so for sure, Messenger, Unlucky, all the guys who are late are on Mondays.
On Monday, all right.
Right.
So that is part of the selection thing. All the guys who are late are already on Monday. Then we have some guys who, for want of a better word, when we did shows, they're still tentative in terms of the delivery. These are on Monday as well.
Right.
So we give them more time, really, to sharpen. All right. There's a guy that came in. He's usually there, but he was kind of undecided, and then on the last, the zombie bite him, and he dived in. A fella, Mr. Killer's brother.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
So he gets that more leeway as well. So he's on Monday, right? And then of course we have a lead for the 2 nights, right? We have leads. So myself, Teacher Eddie, are the 2 leads for Saturday night.
Right.
And Big J and Squeezy will be leading the cast for
Monday night.
For Monday night. So it's around that. And then we try to make sure that we have an even distribution of ladies. There are 4 ladies in the tent, so 2-2. That's simple. And then we have some very young and upcoming artists, so we try to kind of distribute them in that kind of way.
Yeah.
So that's how we come up with the formula. It's not rocket science. It's not scientific really. It has a lot to do with understanding the dynamics, knowing who is there, and then you
organize. Yeah. Excellent.
Right. All right. So I heard Birdie told me your scholar is not taking part this year. Yeah?
Well, the truth is that, Val, the strangest thing is that every single year, every year I get asked this question. No other Calypsonian gets asked this question, but every year people ask me if I'm competent. Right? And the truth is, I really don't understand the question. But at the same time, I listen to the gossips and I listen to the little things below there. And one, I am the most successful Calypsonian in Grenada. And there is a cultural thing in Grenada. When you win a lot, they say you win too much or you win enough. So, it's time for you to pack up and give other people a chance. So that is a general kind of thing. And I know it's in Trinidad as well because it had often been leveled against Chapdos, Mount Chapdos again, Dubai again. Right? So it's a natural kind of thing. And then secondly, I get accused of being old. In Calypso. And with age,
that's a normal thing again, so all over the place.
With age comes retirement and so on. If you're working somewhere, people ask when you're retired. It's the more you work when you're retired. So I guess this is what is happening to me. Everybody wants to know when I'm retiring. I've won enough. Leave it for somebody else, and so on. The truth is that, Val, I am very proud, not of the achievement of the crowns or so on, as much as my longevity. This is my main source of pride. I came into this thing in 1993, right? So that is some 32 years ago. And during that time, the people who I met and who I rub shoulders with then, they are all gone. They are all gone. The only person who has remained steadfast is Randy Isaac.
Yes, indeed.
And indeed, Randy was out for an elongated period of time. For health reasons, he was out for maybe 5, 6 or so years when he didn't compete. So I have been the most consistent coming every year, and the people who I met, who I sang with, they are either gone or they take a long break and then they come back and then they take a long break again and then they come back and so on. So it is the longevity that I pride myself on. And also the fact that with that longevity has come consistency. I always pray, Val, to God that God will show me when I'm playing the fool and it's time to stop that trip. Because you have some men that doesn't know when to give up.
They don't know themselves.
They don't know themselves. And this is what I take solace from the fact that people are not saying or asking me if I'm singing this year, or they are asking for me to give up because I'm not good again. They are asking that because they're questioning age and success, and not the fact that my standard has dropped. Right? Because indeed and in fact, I am a very good self-assessor, and I know that my standard hasn't dropped. I know that pretty well. So I'm in the ring. I mean, I'll be remember I said just now that we have a division of the 10th, and I'll be leading myself and teacher Eddie on Saturday. So I think that answers the question.
Yeah. But let me ask you, Skulls, though. In all honesty, over the years, haven't you considered maybe, boy, maybe I should give it a rest?
I have considered it every single year.
But the bug?
Yeah, Kaiso is a difficult art, you know. Kaiso is a difficult art. I say to be, I mean, when you think of what my man wrote, if you want to feel hungry, frustration and poverty, sing a Kaiso by African Taylor.
Yeah.
Those things are real, right? We are in it, and every time that I am in this thing, it's like a drug. I tell myself I ain't going back because it's hard. When I came into Calypso, I have seen a lot of the things that we enjoyed. They have been eroded. So Calypso, I am aware that Calypso, when I came in, is not Calypso as it is now. It's much harder. The fact that we have 2 associations hasn't made it easier. We don't speak with one voice. The powers that be, the SMC and whatever C that came along over the course of my 32 years have done to us whatever they want. We have not had a real bargaining chip to stand up and fight. So on. So basically, we take what we get, and in that kind of environment, it's difficult really to ply your trade and ply it with joy, as what Kaiso is supposed to be. And so every year, I contemplate it, seriously contemplate it. But boy, I don't know. I really don't know what. I really
it's good that you haven't decided to chuck it up.
The bug.
Because I think that you would know if the quality of the work falls short.
Yeah.
Then it's time to quit.
It's time to quit.
Once the work continues to sizzle, and you continue to write good Calypso, then I say, let them beat you.
Well, and that's the thing. And no, I'm not even studying about let them beat me. You know, the truth is that I blame my father for this thing.
Your father listening, you know what you're saying, you know.
Well, listen, I believe for this thing because I believe that I get this thing from him, and it is a double-edged sword. Sometimes it is a blessing, but sometimes a curse.
Somebody digging hard.
Your father sang scholar?
Huh?
Your father sang?
My father was a old composer. He never sang calypso as such, but he composed for years. Donkey's years was a composer, and he was a chantuel, a famous chantuel chutney for a lot of years. So I grew up understanding composing, seeing him going through his paces, so I understood exactly what it was like and how to do it. So I learned it from him, I believe, and here I am. I mean, the course that he either blessed me or cursed me with, I don't know, the gift that I blessed with or cursed with, I'm still applying it today. So,
but you know, aside from that, though, scholar, it's very good, and I'm not even talking about you as an individual or a calypsonian. I'm talking about the art form. The fact that you continue to produce great Kaisos and winning Kaisos, it is a very good thing for the art form. So that is critical, very, very, very critical, very, 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 very critical.
Yeah, sadly, a lot of people don't see it like that. Other calypsonians as well don't see it like that. Actually, you know, they would wish that I be gone and don't understand that there has to be somebody there from the old foundations that has to, according to you, keep the flame. There has to be a keeper of the flame.
That's right.
I think part of the problem, Godfrey, Val, and you know, I was speaking with Kurt this afternoon. Kurt is here.
Really? All right.
Kurt Allen is here. Okay.
Kurt Allen, yeah, he came in, so he'll be part of the Bad's experience as well. I just want to say that. You know, and we were discussing this afternoon. Part of the problem that Calypso has is the competition, you know. Competition is the whole issue. If there was not a competition in this thing, then you would have not found that anybody would have want me to leave and go, to retire, to say you're getting old, and all of this yada thing, you know. The competition. And I wish, against all odds, that one day we could see the end of this competition and people could freely write and sing and compose and perform and do everything. Because you see, one of the things, for example, this year I have a song called Repa 9. Everybody in awe of the song. It's a beautiful song. But then the caveat comes. Well, I don't feel the judges go understand that. And that's the problem. So when you have to write with that in mind, that the judges would understand, you limit yourself. And the kind of things that you could write about, you don't. Because you're always watching over your shoulder, thinking, but I wonder if these people, and you know to yourself it's good things you're doing, and it's good songs you're writing, songs that can go out there, and so on. But in the back of your mind, the competition is so competition driven.
But you ought not to think about that.
Yeah.
You ought not to think about whether people are going to, the judges would understand it, because you cannot put that kind of impediment on your creativity. Once you start to do that, then you're not being artist. You're doing something else.
That's
you know. So that if you're an artist, you will do your work. If you're not an artist, then you will have to think about all these things just because all you're seeing in front of you is the money. You know, but it cannot be just that.
And it cannot be just that. You see,
the work is more important.
One of the things I hate, Val, and I could tell you that you and Godfrey, there are some artists. Every time they step on a stage, you either say good night to the judges, good night. I hate that, you.
You have to make the judge happy.
It's a show. Right? But it is so competition oriented. Judge, you're so aware that these people are there. You have to greet them, good night to the judges and all the nonsense.
Right.
This is what is so at the back of your mind. There is always the judges are there hovering, and they determine what you do, how you sing, what you sing, and really and truly it's unfair. And this is why I always say to Calypsonians and to judges especially, whenever I go in a workshop or so on with them, they don't like it. But I always say to them, Calypso and its roots, rooted in plantation and history and so on, right? When you go out there to judge Calypso, you ought to do your best. You ought not to come to judge Calypso and you're not sure you know, or you know you don't know that, but you come in and sit down on the people table and you say you're judging things. You have to try as much as possible to learn as much as possible so that you can become competent. Because one of the things about judging is an anomaly in Calypso. Judging is an anomaly because if, Val, for example, you have a child and the child is going to school, the only reason why the child will do an exam and accept the feedback of the teachers is because inherently the child understands and the child believes and appreciates that the teacher knows more than him. The day the child figures to himself he knows more than the teacher in trouble in the classroom. But in Calypso, it's the opposite. We know for a fact that the people who are judging don't know more than us. Right? And so as people who judge, it is incumbent on judges to know and to follow this thing like how you, Val, is following this thing. You eat, sleep, and you will die for Kaiso. And you don't see that. And it's incumbent upon them because the way that this is ancestral music. And when you go to judge ancestral thing, and you know you're not going to do a good job, the ancestors wouldn't be kind to you. Next thing you say, you start to walk break up.
You see, this is... this session was not supposed to be so deep, scholar. You're living up to your name. This is not what this is about. You know? Because at one level, we are talking about an art form that comes from the people, you know, that is about resistance. And at one level, you're talking about the state control, government control, whether it is Trinidad or Grenada, and how we must control this art form because we do not want the Calypsonian to have more power than us.
That's that.
You know?
There you go.
So those are the realities, but this is not what we come here for. So let's take you off another the track. Which of your 9 monarchs, I think you had your 10 resonates with you the most? Which one?
10, not 9.
10, all right, 10, all right. Which of the 10 you feel is your best? Or the song or something? What it is? You feel that woman.
Not the song as such, but the best one for me was 2007. Godfrey knows
2007? And why?
Godfrey knows 2007. No, and I know you don't come here for that, but I am, man, when you see Kaiso speaking, I would like to dive into the realm.
No, we have to come back, you know. We have to come back. So talk the talk. Why we don't finish, we'll finish next time.
We come here for that.
And the truth is that, right? In Grenada, there is that notion that, and I don't know where the notion comes from. Grenada is a place, notion not just come out from anywhere. A man might think about something, he get up in the morning and he say it, and then everybody pick it up and it becomes a notion. And then it becomes the truth. All right? Now, there is a notion out there that I'm not as good as maybe the titles would tend to reflect. There is a notion out there. And you will find, for example, that when Calypsonians are referenced, except probably for Godfrey, and they don't still vex with Godfrey for that sometimes. Probably except for Godfrey. My name is usually not referenced. Right? I also take it on before I don't know. I just don't bother you, really. Somehow, somewhere, there is that notion that I'm not as good as the crowns indicate. Even though the very first time that I ever step on a stage to sing Calypso, I win a crown. I didn't even know how to hold the mic. Mike play all by me belly, going all by me navel, coming up all by me cheek. Mike all by me ears, I can't think. I don't know what I'm doing, but I won a crown. Right? So that alone kind of gives me solace. The first time, for example, by that time, Ajamu had already won 5 crowns when I started out. And the first time Jamu heard me, I was in his studio. I was doing a song. And I was in the booth. First time I go in a studio, I don't know what studio is, and music playing out the earphone, and a pumping going down the road. And I just heard the music stop. So I wondered, well, what mistake I make? And I seen Jamu and it was Brown House in a booth across there. And then men, they beckoned me, they called me. And Jamu watched me from head to foot. He said, what, youth man? Hey, you Godfrey? You will win a lot of crown in Grenada. He prophesied it that day, the first time he saw me. First time he saw me. He didn't know me, he didn't know nothing, but he saw it. Right? And so it's strange that this notion has taken root. And so I come into the question now. So in 2007, what they did, they brought foreign judges because they tell themselves, I had won in 2005, 2006, I win again. So they tell themselves they're going to do for me. So 2007, because they felt Grenadian judges doing me a favor. So 2007, they brought only foreign judges. Trinidad man, Antigua man, Dominica man from all over, 7 judges come to judge the Kaiso. And I win again. And that was, to me, up to this day, it is the most special victory for me because what it did was that it just validates you.
It validates you.
Yes. Validated. And up to this day, when I hear all this trash talk and so on, I point to that validation.
I want to jump in here because I don't necessarily agree with Scholar, you know. I'll tell you something, it's like, and I think you made the point earlier when you reference Rapper 9. And that people tell you don't sing it because them just will understand. I don't believe that there is a notion that how good you are as compared to the crowns. Let's take for example Black Wizard. And I would tell you that based on the notion that you think is out there is an opposite notion about Black Wizard. Now, Black Wizard only won 3 crowns in Grenada, but I am almost certain that if you ask people, they would tell you that Wizard is way better than the 3 crowns that he won. Now, in 1993, Val, prior to that, and Scholar, you could stop me and disagree, we go argue about it, we are going to stop. In 1993, when Scholar came on the scene in Calypso, there was a noticeable change in the Kaiso. Because what we knew in Grenada at the time was men come in the March Gras, they sing a slow song. And in the second round, they come with a tune that go take everybody from Queen's Park and bring them in Juve. When Scholar came, that changed. And a Calypsonian sang about it and win crown. Scholar mashed it up. Scholar came and Scholar brought with him messages in all both rounds of competition. And so, in my opinion, that was a little beyond what people understood Calypso to be. And so, that's why I believe scholars think that there is an ocean. I don't think so at all. People just do not understand it, or they don't understand the messages that Calypso bring, and maybe the way he does what he does. Black Wizard, for example, and we could compare both Wizard and Scholar. While Scholar may go for a slower tempo in his Calypso, for those heavy messages, Black Wizard can actually bring you the same heavy messages, but with a up-tempo kind of thing. He's very good at that. So the truth, in fact, is there's really no difference. And there is no notion. It's just that there are people who miss what he's doing and probably don't understand it.
Well, I agree with you on the one point, but the thing I was speaking about, because you speak about Black Wizard, but I will venture, I ain't going that far. I've always said that when the history of Calypso is written, right, Randy Isaac will find a favorable place.
Oh yes, in
the history of Calypso.
Definitely.
Never wanna come. But as far as I'm concerned, Randy Isaac, yeah, people at Win Krong, what do they know when Randy Isaac shoots, right? So he'll find a favorable place. But what I was saying to you, Godfrey, is that whenever Calypsos and Calypsonians are referenced, right? Referenced in terms of greatness, in terms of what they have done, my name don't get referenced.
And I'm telling you, the reason for that is because people probably do not, they miss something. They don't understand it. They don't understand it, and that could be said also in reference to, you know, people thinking that, oh well, you shouldn't sing a song because the judges would miss it. That is a fact, you know. That is a fact. I'll give you an example.
Speak about Wizard. Wizard is always referenced. Always.
Right. And I believe it has a lot to do with melodies and tempo and things like that. No, I'll give you an example. And it surprised me when I learned it. Chuck Dust's song, Sea, Water and Sand. You know, I never knew that Chuck Dust never competed with that song. And that song is known as the Caribbean anthem. And I personally asked Chuck Dust, how come you never competed with that? And the response was the same as what we're talking about. He said, they can judge it.
See, and this is wrong.
But it's not wrong. And what is actually happening there are things that people miss, and people just don't understand a certain side of Kaiso when it comes to messaging.
That should not limit the artist, and it should not. And followers make it.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. It don't limit you. Sometimes you have to say to hell with it, you know. Yeah. Sometimes you have to say to hell with it.
I think that we have to understand that, and you mentioned it. I said I don't want it to get too heavy. Where the thing starts and where it going, you know, and who it representing, so that when you start to change what it is and who it's representing, simply because you think that it would give me the top prize, regardless of what that top prize is, then you're doing two things. You're killing yourself, you're killing the form, and you're killing generations of people who are going to follow you. So it's important to have those rebels in the thing who would keep it as authentic as possible and sing what they have to sing. Now, I have been to Grenada many times. I've heard Scholar perform many times at Legends. And I think what Scholar has is the ability to relate to audience through topic in a certain way, with a lingo and so on that they understand, sometimes if he sings too fast, I can't understand, but I hear in the reaction in the crowd that they understand, and that is critical. It is critical that the voice of the Calypsonian resonates the voice of the people so that they understand exactly what is happening. And I think Kurt makes that same kind of assessment in choosing which song to sing, right? So that when I hear the audience reactions to you, and now I hear that, some people say would underplay your success, then that is an anomaly. Because through the crowd, I get total appreciation for what you do and what you are saying.
Exactly.
And they are very happy that you are that kind of spokesperson in Grenada. So I am saying continue to do what you have to do until you cannot do it anymore. And do not allow anybody to say, well, you're too old or so, because Nelson is 90-something, 93, 94, and he's still performing.
Yes, yes.
Because that is who you are.
Yeah. But
while you may have 8 to 4 or 9 to 5, your substantive self is also Calypsonian, and that has no retirement.
But,
right? Val, you age, sometimes you get better.
Let me tell you something, Val, and you've made a very significant point, and I want to reference that, because if you ask me, right, and this is not about Krongs now, if you ask me about a Calypsonian who is very versatile, I would tell you that Scholar is probably one of the most versatile Calypsonians we have in Grenada, if not the most. And I'll tell you why. And you reference legends. Now, how many Calypsonians can, outside of performing, let's say, on the Marchgras stage, go to a regular show to entertain people and do what he does?
Yeah.
This man does sing ballads. I see this man sing ballads and do all kind of funny thing and have the crowd eating out of his hand. And this is the same Calypso crowd that is supposed to have a notion that you are not as good as the Krongs you win. It have to be that they miss something. I'm telling you.
But not only that, before he Color chimes back in, when we bring Trinidad artists, right? I think Scholar mentally psychs himself, and although it just becomes naturally that he measures himself against them, not in any kind of competitive way, but he is saying that I am just as good, and this is my audience. So while we bring these top artists and the crowd appreciates them, when he gets on stage, he kind of reclaims that and say, this is my people, and I am speaking to them, and I am singing to them these songs in the lingo that they understand, and with the topics that they understand, and he takes ownership of that, And I see that every time, that he say, yes, Hollywood come there, and I know all these big Trinidadian artists and things, but I representing Grenada here tonight. Tell me if that is not true, Scholar.
You know that? Of course. No, it's a fact. I mean, look. I mean, you can go back. Well, Scholar probably singing all legends. Well, you say I can make him do singing legends. No, but it's a fact, and this is serious. There's another thing, Val, that if you're in a conversation and other Calypsonians have actually sang it in some of the calypsos in competition, that Scholar could only win Krong singing politics. Now, there was once I had a Calypsonian in an interview, and he made the point, and I said to him, listen, I am challenging you to tell me the songs that Scholar sang when he won the crown. He couldn't tell me. And I told him. And in all of the crowns, maybe in one rung, there was a political song. And I'm talking about when he won. He has not sang political songs and win crown. But look him there, he could tell you that. There are a lot of people. There are a lot of people who don't know that, but they see him, and it doesn't tell you they miss a lot of things. So they see him as this person who like to come and bash politicians. Yeah, fine, but how many crowns has he won bashing politicians? None.
Not many. I win more crowns singing social songs. A lot of social songs.
It's a fact.
You know?
I know that for something. I mean, I could tell you all the songs he will read.
Yeah,
you tell me and him vex for singing song that I want him sing and he want to sing and he lose.
So Scholar, tell Grenada, what inspires you? How you come up with topics? You know, what you search for? Is it the papers, events happening? What moves you to write in the way you write?
I want to give you a nice lofty answer. I want to give you a lofty answer. I want to go
Val, let me give you short, very short and sweet before you come in grade. I give you ingredient talk. He fast. He fast.
I heard that.
He fast.
I mean, the truth is, and I'll be frank with you, I believe that my ability to write calypso and so on is just a gift. I don't know. I puzzle over it sometimes still as to the questions that you ask me, and how best I could articulate it and articulate them, and I can't. I don't know what. I don't know. I just could write.
You don't have a process.
I don't know. Yeah, and this is something that I've had from since I was small, right? As a matter of fact, I remember even in primary school, sitting down in class and so on, listening teacher teach, and everybody else hearing words, and I'm hearing songs, you know. I'm hearing how I could take the teacher's word and twist it. And nobody else is hearing that. And at some point in time, I used to tell myself, it's cause I have it. I mean, how I could be hearing these things. I mean, that time I was a kid. That time I was a kid, right? I couldn't understand why is it. And sometimes teachers say something and I'm watching around to see if everybody hearing what they're hearing. But they're not hearing what I'm hearing, right? And so I know that this ability, I've had it a long time. I don't know where it comes from, but I hear things what a lot of people just can't hear. You know, sometimes a casual little conversation. You know, I have a partner in New York, Kwaku, and I've been to New York this year a couple times, maybe about 3 times for the year so far. And every time I go to New York, me and him with us lime and so on, I just go by him. And we just all talk. A lot of stupidness talking. And sometimes we speaking things. He ain't hearing what he's saying. But he hearing what he's saying and hearing Calypso what he's saying. And this year, when I wrote all the songs even songs that I wrote for other Calypsonians. And he called me and he tell me, boy, them damn conversation we having there, you put it. You have them thinking songs, and I have them in songs in very creative ways that he isn't hearing. But me and him speaking, and I hear the songs. That's what I'm hearing. Right? So sometimes the truth is I just afraid to sometimes, you know, even in my walk, I listen sometimes to people because even in my walk I interface with people, hi people, every day. And I listen to them sometimes and I kill myself laughing, you know, guys. I wonder if they realize what they say.
Kaiso.
Kaiso. Your ears are constantly picking up and turning them into calypso.
So, Skulls, I want us to This kind of heavy talk, you have to come back. And in fact, I need to organize with Kurt so both of you all could come on a program and we could go into some deep Kaiso. So I want to talk to you now about the season and some of the Kaisos that you've been hearing. I mean, personally, I've heard some great Kaisos. What's your take? I mean, as a Calypsonian yourself and also getting ready for the rounds of competition. What are you hearing and your thoughts on it?
There are good Calypsos out there this year. I think the Calypsonians have done justice this year. The writers, because Mr. X has done some good work. Mm-hmm. So the writers are doing an incredible job, and there are some very good Calypsos that I can actually reference, but I won't. But the standard of the Calypsos very high, and even some of those that you have not heard because they have not been recorded.
Yeah.
But I'm hearing them in the tents, and they are very good Calypsos. I mean, take for instance with partner Gon. Gon has a very good Calypso this year. What he does with it and how he put it down is another thing, because Gon is a man.
Yeah, Gon.
Right.
Yeah, God is good.
But Gon has a song where he says basically he have a gun in his hand. Right? He walking with the gun in his hand. And what he's referencing is the level of crime and so on in the country. The fact that pretty lost me and so on, because he referenced that men would hold you up and they wrong and strong in your own land. So before men kill you in your land, you have a gun in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
But then he goes now and he twists it to say that his name is gun. So with that gun in his hand, it's two guns in hand.
He and a gun.
He is the gun, and then he have a gun. So I think the name of the song is Two Gun. Right?
Right.
I mean, a beautiful song. Those songs are not recorded. There's this young guy who is a soca artist, predominantly, Little Jello. He has two outstanding Kaisos.
Yes, I heard Jello.
So you would find that in the tent, I'm hearing some beautiful songs, plus I'm hearing them on the radio. So I'm very, very satisfied that the standard of Calypso this year is very, very high.
Yeah, and it's very, very, very noticeable. I mean, you hear some of the Calypsos and it grabs your attention, pal. It really does grab your attention.
And you have some, and this year is very interesting because you have some mudslinging one as well.
Oh yeah, a lot, but you have quite a few.
Which is basically the roots of Kaiso, Kitchener and Sparrow, and when they used to mudsling and so on. So we have some good mudslinging ones as well. And some of them, like Teacher Eddie has one. Beautiful concept.
Endangered species. Lovely Kaiso. Yeah.
Beautiful concept. So Kaiso is in good hands, I believe. Well taken care of this year.
Oh, definitely.
So I want to put you on the spot. As the leader, and I say that without something, of the Kaiso Bads. You have 27 Calypsonians. You have so many songs in the tent. You have a good air. And so on for both, for air and eye for Calypso. How many members of Bads are you looking at in terms of getting to the final, or you think have the potential to get to the final?
But I've listened to them. I've listened to the Kaiso scenario. I've heard most of the other tents and what they have to offer, and I am not thinking of anything less than 12.
Less than 12.
I'm not thinking of anything less than 12.
But that's the whole monarch.
Well, there you go.
But it's called Bads, Kaiso. I mean, your 10 Kaiso Bads. You have a history of most times gaining the most spots in the final and semi and final.
Definitely. Last year we had 15,
15 in the semis.
Although there were 24 people in the semi-final, but we had 15.
Mm-hmm.
it is not too much. But one of the other things that I've not spoken about that I promised to speak about too, and I would just pitch in here a bit, is that this year Kaiso Bards is celebrating 30 years of existence. Started in 1995. All right, so it's the oldest tent in Grenada. It's the most successful as well. It's a tent that, well, there's 19 titles. And mind you, 2 of the titles, so 19 in 30 years. Remember, in that 2 years, for 2 years, there was no Calypso.
Yeah, right.
COVID. So we're talking about 19, actually.
29 years.
28 years.
Yeah.
Right? That's what we say. And from that 19 and 28 years, 2 of those 9 that Bards did not win, right? 2 of those were mine. 96 and 97, because I was not
in Bards, right?
Back then.
All right. Yeah.
Right? So Bards has been ultra successful. I mean, so you have myself, you have Black Wizard, who has a number of titles, Biko, Beast, right? You have Ketura George, Pamela Courtney, Darius, don't forget Darius.
Yes.
And then Rootsman scooped over to Bards 1 and Sour Serpent.
Right.
So really Bards has been the most successful. 30 years of Bards is really a significant milestone.
Indeed.
And so we are celebrating this as well because we think it is worth celebrating. 30 years is a long time. Bards has gone through quite a bit. And Bards formation really, it came about because you remember when Bards started, it was Big Parish Kaiso Bards.
Yeah.
Right? Because they wanted to create an entity in Grenville. Because you had so many Calypsonians from Grenville, Flying Cloud, Randy Isaac,
Squeezy, you name it. Yeah.
And you name it. Mr. X, Wizard. And they were applying the trade all over the place where they could get a hang on and so on. And so they decided, listen, man, instead of we going all about to enrich other folks, let's do your own thing here. And so the idea formed between Mr. X and Wizard. And then they grabbed hold on to Glenn Noel and gave Glenn Noel the managerial role. He managed the tent. And that was where Bards came from. And slowly the big parish sort of got lost because Bards became a tent where it was a national tent. I mean, you have people from St. Patrick's and John's and Mark's all over, even Carriacou. We usually have 3 Carriacou Calypsonians who are permanent fixtures in Bards.
Yes.
And so it is really something. And then what we also pride ourselves on, we have been like a nursery for a lot of talent that have blossomed. Not just Calypso, but even at the MC stage.
Yeah.
So if you think about Fat Man George, that's where he came from.
Yeah.
This is the late Lister Noel.
Yeah, yes.
That's where he came from. So Bards has become an institution in Grenada. And so we're celebrating Bards at 30 this year. And the general idea is that we're looking for 30 semi-finalists out of
20.
How many tents are there? I don't know. How many tents are there?
Now,
4 tents. Yeah, this year. Yeah. Right. So you have Bards. Yeah. No, well, if you include fireworks as an entity by itself.
Yes.
Yeah. So Bards, right. Fireworks, Kingdom, Northwest Brigade and the classic Kaiso tent. That's with Serpent and Kelly and others. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it.
So, yeah. So it's and this weekend, of course. Well, it's all Kaiso because all the tents will be judged this weekend. I think the Northwest Brigade is on Friday. Bad Saturday. Sunday's Kingdom Sunday, Monday fireworks, and Tuesday the classic Kaiso tent. Yeah. So it's all Kaiso this weekend. You know, Skulls, you mentioned some of the young talents, like people like Lil Jello and so in the tent. There's also some young ladies who've been doing quite well and coming on.
Yeah, well, we have Shanda. I remember Shanda.
Yeah, yes.
So she has always been, and funny enough, Shanda is a young lady, but she has been with Bards for the last 12 years. So she has been about for youthfulness. She has been about, and then we have a young lady by the name of Tiny.
Yes.
She started last year. She reached the semi-finals. She is the niece of Squeezy. So she has DNA. She has material. She has the DNA for Kaiso. Then Shirin, remember Shirin Francis?
Yes, Shirin is back. Yes, she's back.
Shirin is back this year. So and then of course you have Messenger.
Yeah, Messenger, yes. Actually she's following the program. She's on the live saying greetings and everything. So she's following the program. So Georgia, good evening. Nice to have you.
Right. And the day that Messenger called, because I've always looked at Messenger, I always liked Messenger. From the day she came, you saw the difference even in terms of her delivery.
Yeah.
Which is something I think that the Trinidadians are very strong on, delivery. And you saw the delivery, you saw the professionalism in her. When Messenger, we are accustomed to this thing in Grenada. When Messenger rap, she heard it. I mean, come on, man. You see the ancestors. You see everything in that. We or women are not accustomed to this kind of thing. So you saw that professional kind of look about her. And when she came to Bards, this year will make her how much? Second year, maybe. I think she came last year.
Yeah.
Right. So this year will be second year. I knew that we have a gem and we have to handle it with care. So Messenger is probably somebody with that experience that the females can actually look to.
Yes, definitely.
And take a page from in terms of her professionalism and the way that she goes about her business, how she goes through her paces and so on. I just look at her very carefully. Even though I'm old and seasoned, but I still can learn from what she does.
Right.
So we have Messenger there as probably the head honcho in terms of women guiding, and I'm so happy that she is with us. She is happy that she is with us because she thinks that we are good 10 professional and so on, but she doesn't know that I'm happy that she's there.
Yeah.
Because she can act as a kind of leader, in a leadership role for the others. And then of course we have the young people like IMG.
Yes.
Right. IMG, I think that is his third season. He's doing very well this year. Remember, IMG came and first season IMG got me skin. So IMG have pedigree. I had to be myself to IMG. I came 7 that year. IMG came 6. So IMG have that on me. I could tell you that. And then you have Cox,
yes,
who won a Calypso
Independence.
Won a title before. So we have a nice blend of experience As I told you, Big J is there. Pecos, who made the finals year before.
Scholz, I think it's very important that I just pause you for a moment because Ambassador Elwin McQuilkin has just posted big up Kaiso badge. Long live. Wizard, Black Wizard, good night. It's nice to have you on the live.
Well, I'm not even finished, because in terms of badges, what we have started to do, last Sunday we had a show and we honored the founding father Glenn Noel. All right, again a nice plaque with a nice citation and so on. And Saturday and Monday we'll proceed to do the same for Black Wizard and for Mr. X.
Lovely.
All right. No, I don't know who will collect on their behalf. They'll have to tell me who. But it's not about the collection. It is about the significance of what we're doing. It's important because these two people, without them, together with Glenn Noel, there would have been no BADS as an institution.
Yeah. He's also saying yes, Scholz, that he's very impressed with the standard of the Kaiso this year. And well, we did speak about that. That's Black Wizard. Yeah. Indeed.
Right.
Indeed, yes. So no, it's well, wow, time has gone by really fast. We only have 5 minutes remaining, but of course, Scholar, you must come back. But let me ask you quickly. You're defending your second position. You're defending your second place. Bull Pistol. And why is that tune? Or you ain't ready to say it?
No. Well, I'll be facing the judges with Bull Pistol and Innocence Lost.
Right.
Right, so I'll be facing the judges with those. Innocence Lost, for me, I must sing Innocence Lost at some point in time.
Yeah.
It's a song that is deep for me, meaningful for me, and I just want to sing that. But I also have Rapper 9, which for me is I've outdone myself really with Rapper 9.
That one is
melodically, it's just different. It's historic. I said that Rapper 9 was actually a challenge to me. And it was a challenge that was thrown down a number of years ago that I kind of didn't pick up by Ali Gill. He's big on the reparation.
Yes.
Threw the challenge for me. And I sidestepped it for a while until I decided, let me focus on it and let me prove him wrong. And I was surprised at what I came up with, in actual fact. So I know. And then what I did, I decided I did not want Rapper 9 to touch, to feel the hands of a Grenadian arranger, because I have been about, and sometimes arrangers have their own nuances and so on. And over the years, you might sound similar if you do the same thing. And I knew that it was a different kind of melody, and I wanted somebody to different. And the truth is, Kenny Phillips is my very good friend. We've had a very, very good relationship over the years. And whenever we have, I have Kenny number, he has mine. We speak a lot of nonsense. Kenny is a total nonsense speaker, I'm telling you. He speaks nonsense from morning till night. He'll have you laughing and kicking and so on. But he's a serious arranger. I've always promised myself that one day I must work with Kenny Phillips. This is one box I believe that I can check. And when I called him and I sent the song, I said, boss, I need you to arrange the song instantly. There was no thing. He started to work immediately. And I am so happy with what came out. Kenny is really a boss in this thing. So I've checked Kenny's box. The only box that I need to check now in terms of arranger is Ibo.
Ibo. Junior Ibo.
Cost it what it will. I will go there at some point in time.
Messenger is saying thank you for the flowers. Highly appreciated. So
Well, there you go. Yeah. So those I'm playing with those, and then of course I have a number of songs, but the brain, the Godfrey, that is my problem, the brain. I think the mistake I make was to take the vaccine, I said I take the vaccine. I find the memory that go on.
Hold on. You listen, Val, I like you, but he talking that he's a singer here,
yeah, of course.
He's a Kaiso here.
No, I tell you, I find the memory that go on.
The Grenada has the same. In Trinidad, we say kusumia. When the thing had to kusumia, you have the same. Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
so that's
because mind you, I have It Is What It is a full song.
Yeah.
Right? So I have It Is What It is, and It Is What It is, it's a mashup song. That I can turn to. It's where you have the political mobilang and so on and so forth. So I can actually turn to this. And then I have another song called Blacking Out.
But before you go, Scholar, you talk about a number of young Calypsonians and so on coming through. But I know your son sings, but I didn't hear you mention him. So tell me, what happened to your son?
He has not sung for about 3 years.
All right.
He just became disinterested. It's the strangest thing that I've ever seen. Because he has all of the facets. When you see him on stage, he's big on stage. Not in terms of size, but in terms of presence. People have always said that he performs like me. So he's big. We sing basically same range and everything else. So he had a very exciting future really in this thing. And then from out of the blues, he just became disinterested. Kind of feels that Calypso is an art form that has too much hall and pool, and basically what he's saying is not good for his health.
Right.
A young fella like that is not good for his health, and there's too much of toxicity around Calypso, and so he prefers for his mental state.
It's very clear. It's very clear that he grew up a lot more comfortable than you. I think that's the reason.
I expect that at some point in time he's going to come back. I mean, he has the thing in him. I'll be honest. He's just a natural. I've not taught him to do anything. I've not said anything to him. He's just natural in terms of this. And then on top of that, like young fellas, what I notice about him, and it has been like this for donkey years, young fellas will listen to all kind of genre and music and so on, soca and thing, because he dabbled in soca for a good time too. He's a 2 times junior soca monarch as well. He made the national soca monarch finals on 2 occasions. Right. So he has credibility in terms of that. And yet, whenever he listens to music and he has a flash drive, it's only Kaiso there on it. Kaiso is what he listens to, and from a very young age.
So we look forward to seeing him come back in the ring. I just realized that you spoke about a number of young people, but I didn't hear the.
He's not
mentioned. Yes,
he's not.
Right.
Guys, look,
Godfrey, before you go, because we don't know.
Yeah.
The truth is, I write a song for him this year to try him out.
You know what I do?
You know what I do?
But that's the next thing. Apart from all the work that you're doing and performing, you also write for a number of Calypsonians. Number of artists. But of course, that would go into our next discussion, because we have so much to talk about, and we all that time. So look, guys, thank you so much, Skulls. Thank you very much for coming and starting the conversation. I have to say starting, because we still have another 2-3 program to talk, and of course, as the days go by, things are getting more, heated up and all of that. And we're looking forward to the judging this weekend. So, of course, next week we have more to talk about. So, thank you so very much for stopping by. And again, I wish you all the best in the season. Going for 11 and the groovy too. Valley's in the groovy side.
Clean up, man.
Don't worry, I give me one in there.
Why not?
I give me one in already for the groovy, and it is what it is. So we go to So guys, any final words before we wrap?
Yeah, well, I mean, always it's a pleasure to be here, and it's a pleasure to have Scholar on the set. I mean, the discussion could go on and on. So thanks a lot,
indeed, yeah,
for being here. Nice.
Your final words, partner.
Well, for me, short and spicy, I want to invite everybody to our 10th judging Saturday night, 8 p.m. deluxe, and then again Monday night. Monday night will be a bit earlier, but 7:30 again deluxe. See you there. Come out and support Calypso. It's only $25. I'm taking a pitch now, and I hope to have the cinema feel. Usually we do well on judging night because that's when we are polished and we're ready to go. So I expect a field cinema for both nights.
Yes, indeed. Well, thank you, guys. Of course, as he said, judging bad Saturday, Monday, but before that, on Friday at Happy Hill Secondary School, the Northwest Brigade, they're going to be facing the judges, so please go out and support. People like Valine and Baraka and others will be there, Young Song. So Saturday, Bads. Sunday, the Kingdom, they will be at Pomerose, so you can go out and support them as well. Papa Jerry, Lady Cheryl, and the others. On Monday, well, of course, the Bads 2.0, so Big J, Squeezy, and the rest of the guys. And on Tuesday, the Kaiso Classic Tent will be at the GBSS Auditorium. Of course, people like Sour Serpent and Rootsman Kelly and others will be facing the judges. So, I just want to ask everyone to go out, support Kaiso. There are some really great ones this year, so don't miss them. Go out and let's enjoy Kaiso. Guys, thank you very much. Thank you all for staying with us. Next week we'll be back for more Kaiso talk. All the best and do have a good night.
Yeah.